Trump talking about healthcare again. Let's take a look at this.
What a nice group of Democrats.
President Trump last night extending a rare olive branch to Democrats as he teases a yet-to-be-announced health care plan.
I really believe we can work on health care together and come up with something that's going to be much better, much less expensive for the people.
It comes after...
Look, I appreciate that Trump's always talked about this since 2016. Let me just give you my perspective on this. The more the government gets involved, the less affordable it's going to become. It's not going to become cheaper. It's not possible. You have to understand, and this is something I didn't even think about until probably like last year. Doctors are business owners. They happen to be specialized in medicine. So how do you make someone who is a private individual take insurance from the government? Let's say it's a one healthcare payer system, which is not going to happen. How do you make them be paid by the government and run a business? You can't do it because you can't. Like, that's not democracy. You can't make someone work for you and not get paid because the government doesn't go to do a good job at paying their people ever, unless it's politicians. Hint, hint, cough, cough.
Dueling health care bills failed to pass the Senate. Only 4 Republicans joined with Democrats on a bill to extend Obamacare subsidies, which expire at the end of the month, and a Republican bill that would replace the subsidies with direct payments into personal health savings accounts also fell well short of the 60 votes.
This still doesn't solve the problem because we stopped doing ACA, or as people joke, the Unaffordable Healthcare Act, because right now, I have a client who is paying $1,000 a month for their entire family, and then they went to look at ACA and it was $1,800 a month. Like, the government is going to continue to get out of control regardless of subsidies, because the more they throw subsidies at it, the more the taxpayers are throwing money into it. You're paying for it. I'm paying for it, for people who don't make enough money, or people who like are just being given free stuff, and it's being given to people who are not contributing to society. Like, when you give someone something for free, it's because they don't generate enough taxes as it is, and they're not generating enough revenue. And so, like, look, I'm not trying to poo-poo on anybody for that, but I'm telling you right now, extending tax credit subsidies rather than fixing a risk pool, or rather than allowing private industry to solve this problem, the more problems the government is going to create for the general population.
It's needed.
Democrats' so-called plan is a 3-year extension of the status quo. No reforms, no revisions, no rethinking of the way that Obamacare works.
After this,
yeah, I mean, like, look, that's the whole argument with our tax system. Like, we just keep going into further debt because they spend more money and we keep collecting the same amount, and then they go, well, we spent more money, we need more money from you. Well, like, how about you just spend less money? How about we find a way to change the risk pool for ACA to make it actually better for the general population? Like, let's figure that part out, or let the general, like, private industry figure that out. But the government keeps trying to step in place and fix something that should have never been touched to begin with, and all they've done is make it worse and worse and worse and worse, and they pitch it like this great idea. But if they didn't touch it, it would have never been a problem, and private industry would have figured out how to make risk pools for people who have pre-existing conditions. I guarantee you that would have happened since 2008, which would have been, 18 years? They would have figured it out in the last 18 years, trust me.
this will not have time to try again before premiums shoot through the roof.
With Congress at an impasse, many are looking to the White House for a path forward.
You'll hear more from the president and from the White House on that very soon.
More than 20 million Americans are anxiously waiting. Some, like Stacey Cox, are now coming to terms with the prospect of their healthcare premiums quadrupling.
If those credits aren't extended, we don't have health insurance.
Yeah, that's actually very true. And by the way, we had a lot of clients this year drop their health insurance because they didn't look at their renewals. Ambetter or Blue Cross Blue Shield or any ACA company sent them a letter. They didn't see it. Their premium went from $100 a month to $500 a month, or they went from $500 a month to $1,700 a month. Nobody told them this is why we do private insurance, because when you can do and get in a risk pool that's healthy, you don't have an issue. It's less expensive. Again, prior, like I said, we have a client paying $1,100 a month. They went and look at ACA. It's $1,800 a month. And it's a big family. Before anybody goes, oh, $1,100 is a lot of money. It is, but it's a big family. So understand that there are better options than the government, and the government keeps tricking the general population into the fact that they need government health insurance and they don't need it.
You can't afford it.
Hey, thanks for watching the content. If you want to have better health insurance, whether pricing or coverage, you want something different or new, you want something where you feel like you have hands-on support from a live agent in the actual process of getting the policy and the post part of actually filing claims, please go to our website, click on the link below, or fill out our lead form. You'll catch a live agent. Our focus and intention is service, and that's all we focus on. And so if you want to work with someone who will hold your hand through the entire process of getting your policy to helping you file claims when that is necessary, you've got to work with us because let's just face it, we're the best.